Claude Littner, very good morning to you.
Hi there.
I'm just hoping you're softer and sweeter in real life than you are on the screen. Do you ever feel uncomfortable when you're grilling these people and pointing out how terribly they're doing things?
Why would I feel uncomfortable?
You see, that's the thing. Do you ever feel sorry for them?
Well, in actual fact, I don't feel sorry for them. I do admire them, and I probably think that's quite strange. But they're doing their very, very best. It's just very often not quite good enough.
Are you ever embarrassed for them? When you think, because you're thinking, hold on, they're doing this on national television.
I don't think I'm embarrassed for them. I think they're trying their best. Inevitably, they make a small mistake that looks at the time to be pretty inconsequential, which has dramatic effects, as you'll see in this particular programme tonight, and indeed every single episode. There's always something that somehow or other goes wrong, and it's not for want of trying, it's just unfortunately they make little mistakes which have great consequences.
Tell us about when the very first time you were on The Apprentice. And I know you were very excited about it, the family was very excited about it, everyone gathered at your house. And what happened?
Well, it was wonderful, really, because I was expressing my excitement at being on television, invited my whole family around, they were very excited, and because I conducted the interview in a normal sort of way, I got about 1 nanosecond of viewing time. So for the next few years, they teased me about my failure to launch, really.
And of course, you have now launched because you are now there all the time, so you've made the step up since Nick stepped down. You didn't want to do that initially, though, did you?
Well, the thing is that when you see on television, it just looks as though Nick was making faces and didn't contribute much. So I thought, this is a real non-job. I'd rather just do the interviews.
Ooh,
but once...
that's a major burn.
But it was a real mistake, because in point of fact, there's an awful lot that Karen and I do behind the scenes in order to advise Lord Sugar what's going on with the candidates, who we think is doing well, who's failing. And really, without us, I shouldn't really say this, but without us, he's got no chance of being in a position to determine who's the sort of real person to fire.
The best candidate.
Yes.
We've now got a new Prime Minister. You're a very experienced businessman, and we've heard a member of the government recently say that British businessmen spend too much time on the golf course and not enough time working hard. What's your response to that?
Well, I've never been on a golf course, so my answer to that is that I've got no knowledge of that. But I think that there's nothing wrong with being on the golf course. Maybe business is transacted there. From my point of view, though, I think work is work and leisure is golf course, tennis, whatever other adventure you want to take. But for me, work is work, and I've got no inclination or suspicion that British businessmen are on the golf course more than anyone else.
You're releasing your autobiography today, Single-Minded, My Life in Business. I'm sure there's all sorts of nuggets in there, but you're also a big family man, Claude, as well. You've got grandchildren now. How many grandchildren do you have?
I've got 3 grandchildren, wonderful grandchildren.
And are they different, do you think, to your children?
Well, they're not respectful. I mean, I expect respect at my advanced age, but in fact, they show me no respect whatsoever.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, for example, as you can see, I've got a full head of hair, but they determined to call me Baldy. It's not right. It's not right, is it?
Don't tell the Apprentice candidates that.
Yeah, any insults from them will be short-lived.
You can imagine it, can't you?
Well, actually, yeah, you're not the Rottweiler, are you? I mean, if there's one bit of one nugget of information you'd give people for dealing with difficult people, you've dealt with a lot of difficult people in your career. What would it be?
Do you mean in the interview process?
In life. In life generally.
Well, I think in life generally, I think you have to be yourself. You have to be straight. I don't think that you have to kind of put on airs and graces, because if you do, you get found out pretty quickly. So I think a leaf out of Lord Sugar's book is just be straight, be direct, and that way I think that you're going to be successful.
And there's this bit at the end where I just say, ask me any question you like, and people start telling me about their parents and their family secrets, and part of the show is about dementia as well, because my dad has dementia, so they start telling me about that, and it's sort of wonderful in a way. It's a bit group therapy, it's a little bit American at some level, but it's actually really, really nice and still funny, I think.
Talking about funny, so you've got your book